Welcome to today's podcast episode, which is what to focus on when you want to grow to consistent 10K and plus cash months in your business. Hello and welcome to the Successful, Sensitive and Intuitive Entrepreneur podcast. My name is Lydia Sophia Wilmsen and I am an intuitive success mentor for sensitive entrepreneurs. In this podcast, I speak about the challenges sensitive and intuitive entrepreneurs face. I offer you new perspectives and solutions, as well as experiences of other entrepreneurs. Plus, I speak about my personal experience of being a highly sensitive person who has successfully built and scaled 2 businesses. All of that with the goal to make you and your business even more successful in your very unique and authentic way. Have fun and enjoy. It is actually a very, very easy episode. It's not complicated. However, it sounds complicated for most of the people out there. They think, oh my goodness, what do I have to do to grow my business? I have to think about so many things and it's all so stressful and difficult and all the different strategies and what to do. And it's not difficult at all. However, I will show you in this episode where you might go wrong and what you really have to focus on. I have broken it down into 3 steps. So let me directly hop into it. What we do think, what we need in order to make a lot of money, and with that I mean 10K and more euros cash a month, is that we think we need the right strategy. We need to do. We need to work harder. And that's not true. It's not about working hard. Strategy is a part. However, it also comes from a mindset place. So strategy is different for every person. And strategy doesn't work in the way that you focus on the strategy to make something work. You rather focus on what makes you excited, what gets you excited, what is super interesting for you, what brings you joy, and that you do. But I will go deeper into that in a moment. So strategy really is not standing by itself. Strategy is a follow-up of what you feel and what you're focusing on, so to say. Okay, let me start with a short introduction to different feeling states. So I approach business from an energetic place. That does not mean that I don't do strategy, not at all. It just means that I have it the other way around. I don't work with strategy first, and then later on I think about, what do I want to feel? Okay, I want to feel more freedom, more ease. So that means I need to make more money, and then I feel that. No, I turn it around. How do I want to feel? What do I want to feel? And this will also bring the money in business. And this will lead me to the aligned strategy. So it is energy first, strategy second. And what does this actually mean, energy first? Vibration, energy, feeling states. For many people, it's woo-woo stuff. It's actually no woo-woo stuff at all. Once you have experienced it for yourself, I don't tell you to light some candles, all of that stuff. If it brings you good feelings, go do that. This is not what I mean. You don't have to work with crystals and all of that stuff. Not at all. So what do I actually mean with energy and higher feeling states? When you think about money, when you think about low income states, making like around 1,000 euros a month, or depending on where you live, 2,000 euros a month, this is the basic income you need in order to survive. So put in the number you need in your country. There is an amount that you need to survive, that you can buy shelter for yourself or get shelter for yourself, that you can feed yourself and your kids, that you can get health care. This is all basic survival stuff. And that is not connected with an energy of freedom and power. This is connected with an energy of relief. When you have that, like think about this, either you are at this place right now or you have been there. Think about what it meant when money came in. It wasn't joy, it was just relief. You could pay something, you could pay a bill that just brought you utter relief. So those lower states, those lower income states of survival, when you can basically take care of those, that brings you relief. So what you have to focus on those very low income levels, so to say, is relief. When you tune into a frequency of relief, this will help you grow your bank account, so to say. This will help you bring in money. First of all, what is necessary is relief. And a little bit further comes ease. But before ease even really is relief, because you can feel when you're in a money, like when you're stressed about money, like the opposite of relief is stress, you can feel your whole body tensing up. And then when you have all this money stress, also other stress in your life, but we are now specifically speaking about money in this episode, you feel the stress and the tension in your body. And the antidote for that is relief, is relaxation, is letting go, releasing tension from your body. This is, on a physical, on an energetic level, the antidote to stress and tension. So tune into relief, tune into relaxation. That's the first level. And only then follows ease. I didn't know that for a long time. I was working with a lot of energy, like a lot of work around ease, but I hadn't taken care of releasing tension from my body, calming my nervous system, working with relief, with the energy of relief. And also when you're in like bigger income states already, like you make a lot of money, but you fall back, work with relief first. Then comes ease. Like once you have reached a bigger level of relief, that you really feel that the tension has left your body, comes ease. And you can introduce more ease into your life, which opens up the next income level in your business, so to say. After that comes something like freedom, being free. And you can really think about it. Once it's all easy, like money comes in, like you can pay your bills with ease. The next level is freedom. It means you can choose. You have choice. There is so much money there that you can actually choose what you want. You don't have to think about, I first have to make some money to go on holidays. No, now you have the freedom of choice. It makes so much sense. It's so logical, right? And by the way, I was introduced to that concept by one of my mentors, Nick Bro, who teaches a lot around law of attraction in a beautiful, beautiful way, in a very, very logical way, so to say. It all makes sense. It's not woo-woo stuff anymore. It's really almost like hard facts. You just do it and you'll see the results. And obviously more people teach around that. However, what I'm talking about right now is based on teachings from Nick. After that comes a state of power. So you just think about making 10K a month, making 20K a month, making 30K a month. Now you have all this relief, all this ease, all this freedom, because you can do whatever you want. The money is there. You could even hire a fancy car or buy a fancy car. Making this kind of money brings you so much freedom of choice. And by the way, again, it's the other way around. You have tuned into this energy, and this has opened up the frequency in your bank account, so to say. This has opened up those income states and the money in your bank account. So again, it's the other way around than we think how it is. After that comes power. You see people who have and earn a lot of money, they ooze this energy of power. And it's not because they make this money, it's because they have stepped into that energy first, and this basically opened up the money level for them. When you also tap into the idea of making 50K, perhaps 100K a month, it's a different you. You feel the power. You can do whatever you want. And I really speak about you can do whatever you want, because money opens up opportunity. Money opens up choice. It brings you the power. And actually, when you think about countries where bribing is the norm, so to say, and actually it happens in every country, but in some countries more, it is not the money that does the work. It is also the energy of the people who have that money and do bribes or whatever, that is doing the work. Those people ooze a different kind of energy. They ooze an energy. They have an energy that commands. It's an energy of power. And obviously, the people I work with, we work with a beautiful concept of power and not one in order to to bring destruction or to bring disempower other people. No, I think about power in a very beautiful way, of a empowering way, and you stepping into your power, owning yourself, owning your life, owning your desires, stepping into responsibility actually uplifts every other person here and brings them the opportunity, or at least shows them what it can mean to step into power and invites them to do the same. And then we step into also the energies of abundance. But power and freedom are really the energies that lie at those higher income states. So if you want to make more money, if you want to grow your income, first tune into relief and ease, and later on tune into freedom, tune into tune into abundance and power. And this is when you really start talking, so to say. And this is daily practice. And this is what I do with you when we work together, either one-to-one or in my mastermind setting. This is really daily practice. It's a muscle you build. It's not something you think once like, oh, wow, today I tune into freedom, bam, done. Where's the money? No, it doesn't work like that. It's like proper physical workout. It's mental and emotional workout you have to do. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing I wanted to mention. There are different energies connected with income states. And then there is something else. We talk about money. We want to make money in our business, of course. But you have to become a match to your desires. And it's actually not the money. It is beyond that. What are your desires? What do you really want? Why do you want to make that money in your business? Can you tune into, can you become a vibrational match to that person who makes that money and brings in that money, and for what? If you want to grow your business, what is your vision? What is your mission? What is your big idea? What do you want to bring to this planet? Why do you want to do this? And also, this is not so important just because basically you have the vision just for it, but also because it brings you some kind of feeling, some kind of emotions. And those are the ones you want to become a match to. If it again is this utter feeling of pride, of joy, of accomplishment, this is what you now have to focus on. It's not to create the business around that. No, it is to really create those feelings in yourself, in your life, and this will bring you the next steps and next ideas in your business. So we have the alignment part, which is the first thing I talked about, the higher feeling states, and you have to see which ones are important for you right now. And then it is the other question of becoming a vibrational match of that what you desire. Because the money in your business, it won't bring you what you want if you just focus on, I want to have 50K. I want to make consistent 50K a month. Why? What is your vision? Why do you want this big business? Why do you want that money? And it really always is the same. All the clients I work with, if they don't have a vision for their money, for their business, they won't get there. Or they will get there and directly lose it again. Because money wants to be used. Money is an energy to be used. And if you don't put it to use, it will leave you again because there is nothing to do for it, So you have to have clarity around what you want to do with that money. And I have been there. I got to a point earlier on in my business where I created a certain income and I didn't have a vision for a bigger income. I didn't have a vision that excited me despite paying bills or something or paying debt. So of course that money left me again because I hadn't put it to use. And once I started honing into what do I actually want? What do I actually want to create? And that's deep inner work. It's not just there. You have to really do some soul searching there. This is when it started increasing miraculously almost. And I also did the other stuff I mentioned already. So those are the first 2 points. The third one then is receiving mode. Getting into receiving mode and allowing, letting it in. And this is why it's so crucial to step out of efforting, to let go of efforting and hard work, because I have talked about this in previous episodes. This is the opposite of allowing and letting it in. So when you're in a relaxed mode, other impulses come to you. You're open and receiving. This is when the good stuff happens. So you have to do whatever you can to really let go of this efforting. And it also means inner work. It means not only feeling good, but it means to let go of those things that hold you down, those limiting beliefs you have, those self-sabotaging beliefs. Why is it not safe for you to have a lot of money? Why is it not safe for you to grow your business beyond 50K a month or whatever it is? Those are the questions to ask yourself. The best, obviously, with a coach, because you will always be in your problem mindset. And if you work with someone on that stuff, you have someone who stays in solution mindset and can help you out of the sabotage you're in, the limiting thoughts you're in, and helps you to uncover your blind spots. And this just accelerates your path massively. If you try doing it all by yourself, you will get there. Not always, but you can get there. However, it just takes you decades. And if you do it with support, this is one of the biggest boosters, one of the biggest catalysts. You cut the time, like you basically take time out of the equation. Okay, those were the first 3 points. All of them are super important and actually so easy to do. And only the last one I want to mention now is the strategy part. And and I mentioned the other ones beforehand, because once that is in place, strategy will be crystal clear to you. You will just follow your inner guidance, your inner impulses to either work with a specific person who is aligned with your idea of your vibration, so to say, your frequency, and what that person teaches you is what gets you excited, what you really want to do. And then this is the right strategy for you. If it really gets you excited to go on to the big stage now because you have gotten rid of your limiting thoughts and your fears of being visible and you always want to be on the big stage, yeah, of course, you will work with someone on getting on the big stages and becoming a speaker and making money on the stage, so to say, And if that is not your thing and you're rather a person who loves to write, like one of my clients who is into poetry, you can make the big bucks through that. And this is your strategy. Your strategy won't be to be on big stages. Your strategy will be to sit at home, write amazing copy, write poems, sell those. And then when we go into the nitty-gritty part of strategy, like how does it work? Like when you have your big strategy in place, then it is about the different parts of it, the different parts of your business, your message, your marketing. How do you do that? Then lead generation. Those are like the 4 big parts of business: message and marketing, lead generation, sales, and then distribution of your service or products. And they all are dependent on the first things, on the energy you want to embody, on what makes you feel good. Because there are a million strategies out there for everything I mentioned. You can do sales in very many different ways. And depending on what your highest excitement is, you will select a very specific sales process. You will select or follow a very specific lead generation process. You don't have to do something because person X tells you. You will do it because you're very aligned with person X. You're super excited about the specific strategy they teach you around that. And you will be super excited about doing that strategy. Like reaching out to people. It could be cold outreach. It could be warm outreach. It could be email marketing. It could be video marketing. It could be that you do personal sales calls. It could be that what I did for a long time, and I still do, that I sell via voice notes, much more than sales calls. Sometimes, yes, I do sales calls, but usually the voice notes I send after, they have all the power in there. And yes, this is how I love to do it. And then distribution. Do you work with people one-to-one? And especially when you go into higher income levels. Do you work in groups? Or if you have products, oh my goodness, there is so much to say about that. But what I want to show you today is get the first 3 in order and the strategy will basically reveal itself. And you can work with a coach on that, especially when you want to get to like higher income states in your business, because it's basically easy to make 10K a month. But once you go beyond that, you really have to set up your business properly in order to be able to deliver that. And it's amazing There are so many things to think about, to implement, so many beautiful ways how to support you to get there. So, super easy for you. I want to remind you of the main takeaways for you today, which is the first one: connect with the specific feelings, the specific energetic states of different income levels. Let me reiterate them. Let me say or tell them to you again. First one is relief. When you're in survival mode, the only thing that you need is to tune into relief. Relief, relief, relief. The next level is ease. After that comes freedom, freedom of choice. Then comes power, personal power. And it's not, by the way, let me say that, it's not that you do one after the other and in the beginning you don't need any freedom, no power. No, they are already there, but on a very low level. And later on at higher income states, you're basically at a 10 out of 10 when it comes to relief. You're basically at a 10 out of 10 when it comes to ease. You're perhaps at a 5 out of 10 when it comes to freedom, at a 3 out of 10 when it comes to power. So you don't have to increase relief and ease anymore because you're already, like, the cup is full. You're up there, 10 out of 10. But you still can increase freedom and power. So understand me correctly. They all go together, but in the beginning, you focus on relief and ease. Later on, this is basically filled up. The cups are filled up. You focus on freedom, increase that, and then you increase power. And obviously, abundance can go all the way with it. The next thing I mentioned was becoming a vibrational match to what you actually desire. Becoming a vibrational match to your big vision, your big why. If that is not in place, you will make the money and you will basically be lost in your life because you have no idea what you're aiming at. And it's much easier to create that money because it fulfills a purpose. Then you focus on the purpose. You focus on what you actually desire. You become a match for that. You embody that version of yourself who already has that. And that will unlock the next level income potential for you, so to say. The third thing I mentioned is letting go of effort, letting go of hard work and hustling. Because this basically stops your receiving. It stops your relaxation. And we want to get into a receiving mode, into a relaxed mode, into a mode and a state of allowing. So important. And then last but not least is strategy. And strategy really is informed by all the other things I mentioned beforehand. It's not that you start with strategy. No. You follow your inner guidance, you follow your energy, and that will show you where your highest excitement is. Which strategy to follow, which one you really love, because you can do it the whole day, not because you focus on an outcome, but because you love that strategy so much. You love doing that specific thing so much. Writing poetry, as I mentioned, being on stages, speaking to people, doing this podcast. I don't do this podcast because this is my number one earning potential or earning income something, but because I love to talk and I love to teach. And this is how I can do it. This is why I sit down and do this podcast. And the same could be for you. If you hate talking, if you hate doing podcasts, this will not be your strategy because every time you have to do it, you will be like, ugh, again, you know? Yeah, and then there are the 4 different parts of business growth, so to say, your message, your marketing, your lead generation, your sales process, and then the distribution of your service or offer product. Okay, now you have the basics, and obviously when we work together, we go into all of that. Everything transforms. And I have just one example from one of my clients who already made basically almost 20K months a month consistently, between 15 and 20K. And now, through working on those energetic states, releasing the outcome, like detaching from the outcome, and that was quite some work for that person, for that client of mine. And now turning into power and using power, like this feeling of power in sales calls. Like for him, the sales calls were like He was amazing at lead generation, amazing at marketing and message and the sales calls. This is why he dropped his power. So we worked on power. We worked on power in general in his life. And this shifted like everything also in his personal life. And now he shifted the sales calls and he had the first person pay him a 5-figure sum in cash, so to say, in full. Before that, he never had pay in full people. He always had like people, and this is amazing. I love recurring income. However, the funny thing is he never had pay in full. It was not a mix. He only had people who paid him in payment plans. And through working on releasing that stuff, stepping into allowance, into receiving, we're stepping into higher feeling states. He has his first person sign up with a 5-figure sum pay in full. So that stuff works. That stuff really works. And if you want to experience stuff like that as well, just reach out to me via the link in my show notes. We hop on a short call and then we can see if you can join my mastermind, my Shift, Accelerate and Thrive mastermind that starts this Wednesday, actually August 2021, but it will be an ongoing container, so you can obviously join later on as well. But if you're interested in joining it now, there is still the early bird price available for now, and in the second round, so to say, it will go up. So if you're interested in working with me, make sure to reach out. We hop on a no pressure call because I really want to see if I actually want to work with you and if I'm the right fit for you. And then we can take it from there and we see what is the right thing for you to do right now. Okay, very exciting episode. I love talking about this specific stuff, about this money stuff and about the connection between money and energy. It is so important. That's it for today. I wish you much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, beautiful day, and until the next episode. Much love to you. Did you like this podcast episode? Then I would be super grateful if you gave me a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Super helpful. And please subscribe to the podcast and share it with people who you know can benefit from it. You can find all links to my social media profiles, my website, and contact form in the show notes. And whenever you're ready to take a next step, and that means you want to live a life of more on all levels, then send me a message with where you want to go and what is keeping you where you are, like what keeps you stuck at the moment. And then I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for listening, and until the next episode, much love to you, Lydia.